Hey, folks. I'm sorry. I'm in pain. I pulled a muscle yesterday at work, and whew, it's just I'm not going to be right for a little while. But I got some new tools, and I wanted to show you what I got. Uh, I'm thinking about backing off on doing the car repairs for a while, and mainly because I'm in pain and I hurt. And people don't seem to understand that. They still want their cars done right now, right away, and they want them done really well, and really right, and really fast, and really cheap. And those three things just don't really go together. And so rather than just having to disappoint everybody, I'm thinking about just telling them, like, you know what? Take it to a shop. Except for a few of my really good customers. I mean, a few of my more patient, really good customers, I'll keep them around. But this trying to do it for everybody thing is just ridiculous. It really gets ridiculous. Especially when I have a full-time job that I do as well. And so, and you know, I work from 8 to 5 typically, and then I come home, I do this in the evenings, I do this after hours, I do this on the weekends. But this is always a challenging time of year because, number one, coasters are open. I want to go ride coasters. Number two, I got to get the garden done and get the garden in. And number three, everybody's like, oh, it's spring, the weather's nice, can you work on my car now? You know, and it just is what it is. But anyway, I got some new tools. It was time for an upgrade to some stuff and change some stuff out. So, I'm going to show you what I got. So, one of the things I got first off was this nice set of deep impact sockets. This is a complete set. There's no missing numbers in here. So, you know, it's really amazing how hard it is to find an affordable set of impact sockets that has no missing numbers. They just all do. Harbor Freight is the worst about it, you know. They just skip obvious sizes that you need, and then they don't even give you the option to buy any singles to make up for it, except for a few size singles they have. Harbor Freight's just, you know, I used to really love Harbor Freight, but as I do work more and more with my tools, and I realize that I need a professional quality tool, I mean, I've kind of changed my mind on that a little bit. Harbor Freight has a lot of stuff that's pretty junky. It's good enough to get you by, but I'm getting to where I'd rather buy a nicer tool and a complete set of tools. So, you know, one of the things about this is, you know, this is a Harbor Freight Pittsburgh 10mm socket, right? And it'll work, but what are you going to get into with that, right? Nothing that takes a 10mm bolt is going to have that much space around it. It's the Snap-on 10mm socket, impact socket. You see how thin it is, how far down it goes? That's much better, right? You can get into a lot more places with that. But this is the Arcan 10mm socket. It's not quite as far down, but it still gives you a lot of room to get into that bolt with it. So those things can make a huge difference sometimes when you're trying to get to that bolt. Is it worth paying Snap-on prices? Probably not. I just happen to have that one Snap-on socket. But these are a pretty nice set of sockets. The broaching's really well on them. You got the corners cut out, so it's supposed to hit on the flat part of the bolt. They are, you know, recessed and stuff. So this is going to be my new set of garage sockets. And then I'm moving this set of tall sockets out to my mobile loadout. So these are my old ones. I've lost the 17, but these are the ones that I've just beat and tortured over the years. This is a newer 19 though. I did replace that because my old 19 got completely worn out. But this will be my new set for in here. Now for the shallows, I just bought a new set of shallows at Harbor Freight. And then I filled it in with one 18 I found at Rural King. I still need to get a 20 for it though. I don't care about 23 and up. This came with a 24 and a 27. It would have been better off to skip those two and put in a 20 and an 18, you know. But, you know, who am I to know what Harbor Freight's thinking, right? But, you know, so anyway, I'm just going to get a 20 and this 17 and replace those two. And then I'll have a complete, what I consider a complete set for the mobile loadout. And the reason I did that is I got this new 12 volt half-inch drive DeWalt impact. This thing's pretty legit. It's every bit as legit as the Milwaukee 12 volt. It's a nice impact. It does the job really well. It takes a little tiny battery. Now I got this, and I got this kit here, this impact driver plus 2 batteries, and then it was supposed to come with their free 5 amp hour battery, but it really doesn't. Lowe's just rips you off on that. And then I got this tool only, and I got these at Lowe's because Lowe's was the only people that were carrying this yet. I mean, and as much as I hate shopping at Lowe's, you know, it is what it is. But if you can get a store that actually has the 5 amp hour $80 battery in stock, that's fine. If it doesn't, what they do is they rotate it around to a few different stores, and you have to drive to 3 different stores to get everything. And then at last they won't be able to get the battery, and so they'll sneak you an email that says, hey, if you don't want this battery anymore, or if you still want this battery, let us know. And then 5 minutes later you get an order cancellation, and then you get a hold of them in their instant chat to try to tell them you didn't want it canceled, you wanted to wait for it, and they tell you that they can't help you because they can't access your personal information. You have to call the 800 number, and you call the 800 number, and you can wait on hold for like 2 or 3 hours. No one will answer, and you eventually just give up and leave your name and number on a voicemail for a callback, but nobody ever calls you back. So you're actually completely unable to get your battery that they promised you. So that's why I would say buy these anywhere but Lowe's that you can find them. but that was the only place that had them. So that's that. And then I also, let me show you down here. I also ordered this new Performance Tools trolley jack. Performance Tools is the same brand I think that Advance sells or whatever. But this comes in a little case that you can kind of keep it all together and slide it in here. This is going to be my new mobile loadout jack. This is a 2.5 ton. My previous one was a 1.5 ton. This is a 2.25 ton. So a little bit more heavier duty. I kind of like that. So I got that. That came on Amazon. Came from Amazon. I was going to go to Harbor Freight and buy like a trolley jack and some deep sockets. And then they closed early because of the corona. They're still closing early because of the corona. Like, I think they just permanently changed their hours to be less. And so it was like 6 o'clock on a Sunday, and they're like, oh, we're closed. Like, I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Amazon's not closed. I'll just buy it on there. And so I'm glad, because that's a nicer jack than what Harbor Freight had anyway. Then I got this box here at Harbor Freight. This is just for when I go to the pick and pull junkyards. I can throw some tools in here. But I just bought some other little things. I like to keep some of these sets of sockets and stuff around for when I lose one. I can just pull it out of here. It sucks they don't make these short, shallow sockets in 6-point. But, man, I got a few more of these things here too, because you're always losing these. But that's basically what this is going to be for. This Husky 3/8 drive cordless ratchet has been a lifesaver. This thing is so nice. It really does work really well, and it seems to have held up over the test of time. But basically what I had to do was I had to clean out my nice case that I kept my picoscope and everything in, and throw my tools in there to take them out to the pick and pull. And so I just got this cheap little $12 box so I can throw some tools in there when I go to the pick and pull and haul them out in the wheelbarrow. Because they won't give you access to the wheelbarrow ahead of time, so you have to carry your tools in. They have to look in your toolbox to make sure there's nothing bad in there, and then you can take them on out to the wheelbarrow. So, you know, that would be something cheap just to throw a few things in. And it looks like it's relatively water resistant in case you're pulling parts in the rain. You want to be able to close your box and get in and out of it. But, yep. So yeah, that's basically it. I got a couple of 3157 sockets. I got a bad one on the PT Cruiser. I'm gonna have to replace it. It's got a bunch of corrosion and crap in it and it gets loose. So I just get these. They'll fit and twist and lock in. And then it's got 3 wires. I think this is actually on a turn signal bulb. I might only need to use 1 or 2 of these wires, but you know, wire that in when I feel like it. I got wiggle it around, got working for now. But yeah, so that's what's going on. I'm just trying to take it easy. I just got some real pain where I pulled that muscle. I was just lifting a big old HP printer out of a cube, and I had to come around and lift it up like over my head and turn, and then I just felt it like pull. It didn't hurt that bad at first. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna just leave this sit on my desk for now and deploy it tomorrow. Like it'll probably hurt less tomorrow, you know. And then I woke up this morning, it was hurting a lot worse. Now it kind of comes and goes in waves, right? And a really weird thing is like right where I pulled that muscle, like I can eat, but if I get it all full, like to where my belly is like bulging at all, then it just makes that pulled muscle hurt a lot worse. So I just have to eat really small little batches, which isn't gonna kill me. But yeah. So anyway, that's what's going on. It's a beautiful day here. I wish I could get out there and get some work done tonight, but I'm just not feeling it. So I'll talk to y'all later. It's Tommy, Frugal Prepper.